As you know, over the last couple of days, I've been offering Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, the Democratic darling, the future of the Democratic Party, according to Tom Perez. And I've offered her to come on the Sunday special and have a 1-hour discussion. I offered to have a debate with her. I offered to give $10,000 to her campaign. Obviously, that was somewhat facetious, considering that I think what's the election limit? Like $7,500, something like that. In any case, I'm not looking to violate the law. I also offered to give that money to charity or to raise money to charity, and she didn't respond, which is her prerogative. She doesn't have to respond. Right? I mean, that's her thing. Fine. And she had essentially called Allie Stuckey and a bunch of conservatives cowards for not wanting to have discussions with her and instead creating satire of her. So I figured, okay, we'll open her an open forum for her to come on the Sunday special. And I'll legitimately have anyone from the left on the Sunday special. One of the funniest things about this is that after I offered Ocasio Cortez to come on the show, a bunch of leftists who are pretty prominent started emailing me saying, well, why don't you invite me? And I was like, okay, fine. That's great. Like, I'd prefer to have more people on the Sunday special with whom I can have intelligent conversations from the left. Like, let's talk about Norway. Let's talk about Denmark. Let's talk about socialism. Let's talk about what's socialist and what isn't. Let's do all those things. I don't care. Like, that's what I thought this whole debate, this whole area of American life was supposed to be about. I enjoy those conversations. Well, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez took this the wrong way. She took this the wrong way. And instead, here is what she tweeted out in response to my invitation. Quote, just like catcalling, I don't owe a response to unsolicited requests from men with bad intentions. And also like catcalling, for some reason they feel entitled to one. Well, I didn't feel entitled to a response. You don't have to respond. We can write about it if you don't respond, considering that you've called a bunch of people on the right cowards for not supposedly taking on your ideas. But I'm very confused as to what catcalling is like in Queens. I just want to hone in on this for just a second. How does this go in Queens? Is this really like construction worker in Queens? Like, hey, girl, let's have a 1-hour conversation on trade policy deficits and fiscal responsibility in Nordic nations, baby. Come on. Come on down. Let's have a public conversation. And I'll give you $10,000 to your favorite charity if we can have a public debate on why neo-Marxist thought lacks as compared to the Vienna School of Economics. That's how it goes in Queens. Catcalling's real weird in Queens. Gotta tell you. There are so many responses she could have given that are better than this. I mean, not to advise her political team, but there are a lot of things you could have done here. You could have just said, nah, not interested. Or, you know what? You're not running for office. I'm not going to debate with somebody who's not running for office. Or, there are better interviews that I can do that reach out to my core constituency. There are like 1,000 better responses than this is just like catcalling. Also, have you met me? Have you seen me? Do I seem like the kind of guy who catcalls ladies? I'm an Orthodox Jew who was a virgin until I was married. I've never catcalled anyone in any context ever. Legitimately, my catcalls to my wife involve me like yesterday. I catcalled my wife. I will admit, I catcalled my wife yesterday. We were driving and we happened to be next to each other in our cars and she rolled down her window and I whistled at her. She took deep offense at this. We are now getting divorced because of catcalling. But what? This is what catcalling is now? So I do love the fact that the entire left resonated to this. So the entire left decided that she is a heroine for playing victim, for having someone request a discussion or debate with her. And again, the discussions we do on the Sunday special, the reason I offered either a discussion or a debate is because these are two separate things, right? We can have a full-on moderated debate like I've done multiple times all across the country with various people on the other side. Or we can have an open discussion, which I've also done. If she just wanted to come on and have a cordial conversation that was unmoderated and I would just ask her questions and let her talk, that's what the Sunday special is. So I offered both that, but the entire left responded as though I had done something deeply, deeply wrong. Right? How dare I offer to give money to a charity or to her campaign in order to incentivize her to have a conversation about economics? It's just like catcalling. It's just like sexism. It is amazing how fast they run their intersectional cubby holes when things get a little bit dicey. Oh, well, he must be doing that because she's a woman. Are you kidding me? How many times on this program have I suggested that I would debate Bernie Sanders anywhere, anytime? But apparently this is forbidden now. If you ask anybody who doesn't want to debate, and it happens to be a woman, then it's sexist catcalling. Again, catcalling is real weird over in Queens. I don't understand it. Also, I like the fact that she puts all this emphasis on he's a man with bad intentions. What are my bad intentions exactly? To make you look dumb? Well, only you can make you look dumb. Okay, really. Only you. We can do it live. Only you can make yourself look bad in a political debate. Plus, it wouldn't matter anyway. Let's be real about this. If she did a debate with me, the entire left would declare she won no matter what she did. It doesn't matter anyway. Okay, but I'm a man with bad intentions. First of all, how dare she assume my gender? Second of all, like, really? I have bad intentions? Yes. The cleanest cut guy when it comes to sexual relations in all of human history. Clearly, you've nailed it. You've nailed it. So here was my response on Twitter. So I responded this way. Discussion and debate are not bad intentions. Slandering someone as a sexist catcaller without reason or evidence does demonstrate both cowardice and bad intent, however. Which seems mild to me. It seems like a mild response. And then I followed that up with this. I said, but sure, go with the Orthodox Jew who has never catcalled a woman in his life is actually a sexist catcaller for asking for a discussion or debate. I'm sure your media sycophants will eat it up. And eat it up they did, because the crown must be protected. Protect Alexandria Ocasio Cortez from her own incapacity to actually hold a conversation with somebody on the other side. I can't say I'm supremely surprised about all of this, but the left's attempt to defend her is truly astonishing. So Vox is writing something about this, and I'm the bad guy, right, for having requested the debate or the discussion. I'm the bad guy, and obviously I'm the bad guy because I offered $10,000 in violation of campaign finance law. Yeah, guys, that's right. I'm going to go to jail to debate Alexandria Ocasio Cortez. That's my thing. I'm desperate to give above the legal limit to a Democratic socialist. Or, alternatively, I just named a figure that was at the top of my head without thinking about campaign finance law. You decide which one. You decide. I will also note, it's so funny. I explicitly offered her to come on a discussion type forum or to do a public debate type forum. And this was the worst thing in the world. And folks on the left were like, why would you possibly offer her that? Because I offer everyone that. I like having people who don't share my viewpoint so that we can at least clarify what we think about various issues and offer data to support those various positions. Why would I? And they're asking, like, why would you invite her? She's just a candidate from Queens. Yeah, right, guys. I'm inviting her because I invite every candidate from Queens. I invited her because you called her the future of your party. I invited her because you're the ones who suggested that she was the wave of the Democratic Party. She was going to be the new leader in the Democratic Party. I didn't appoint her. You did. That makes her a prominent figure in American politics. On the cover of magazines for winning 17,000 votes in a primary. You elevated her. So is it weird that I would want to have her on? Look, I wouldn't want to have on some obscure senator from Vermont either, except the Democrats decided to make him a thought leader after him spending his entire life doing nothing of use. The only reason I'd want to debate Bernie Sanders is because you guys made him famous. So it's all very, very weird. She's also never had a cross-partisan discussion, which I thought might be useful, but apparently we are not going to do that. So that's just spectacular.